You are welcome to Nana's Tarot and Oracles. I am the Nana, and Nana loves you. You have a home here for comfort and contemplation, hope and inspiration, rest, renewal, and relaxation. Your readings will empower you to use your intuition to help you towards a better life. All readings are dedicated to truth and light, but cannot take the place of professional services of any kind. Readings are general for the collective, and if they do not sound right for you, they may not be for you. Try again another time. If you like what you're hearing, please select the like button below and subscribe with all notifications. It's free. Share with your friends or family. If you have a question or a comment, I will try to answer it below. You are important to Nana, and I am always happy to see you again. Today's reading is to honor a special day. Our day today is traditionally called Valentine's Day, February the 14th of 2026. And I had some thoughts here from someone I follow on the internet whose name is Beth Owl's Daughter. She says she prefers to refer to it as Aphrodite's Day versus Valentine's Day. Of course, I would call upon you to remember that the original deity for human beings was the sun, followed thereafter by the mother. The mother goddess was the original deity. And back in the day, a goddess named Astarte was conceived by the Canaanites and the Phoenicians. And the Greeks, of course, had Aphrodite, which is very important to those of us with background and heritage of Western civilization. The Romans referred to Aphrodite as Venus. I would say that I refer to them all as the divine feminine, the Holy Mother Goddess. And the Roman festival around this time of the year started out with something called Parentalia, which was honoring ancestors with rituals. And the first day of that festival, which was an 8-day festival, was Lupercal, which was a fertility festival honoring Hera, or Juno, who was the goddess of marriage and the hearth and home. All of this comes up in particular because, as many of us are, I have been following with great interest and some distress the chronicles of the Epstein files. And I think that the awareness of women and these issues is well reflected in what Beth Owl's Daughter declares in honor of this day. And this is a quote from her. "Women's bodies are holy. We are not ashamed. We will not hide who we are. Our bodies belong only to us. We are not commodities. Our sexuality is a divine gift, and we share it only when and with whom we please. We are sacred and have a right to education and safety. The entrenched culture of tolerance for violence, misogyny, intimidation, and exploitation must change." And she encourages us to amplify loving kindness in every way because love wins. I would point out to you that I have a sign right here on my altar that says love wins. And my greeting on this day and on any day is a greeting of peace and love. She says we should live as if the love within you matters. And I agree with that. Don't give up. You matter. Love matters. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be peace and love. Having said that, we have also, as of yesterday, seen a major astrological transit, and that is Saturn into Aries. And there is a pending Saturn-Neptune conjunction coming up this week. We have the big astrological doings. And I follow an astrologer on YouTube named Molly McCord, and I highly recommend her. She has posted a lot of very good illustrations showing what is going on with the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, grounding the dream at the Aries point with event timelines and locations, and with global and personal impact. I also want to quote from another person that I follow on YouTube, Donna Stellhorn, who gives us some precautions about Saturn into Aries. Saturn is refined energy. Aries is raw energy. Saturn wants things to be correctly done. Aries wants things to be done fast. Saturn equals authority. Aries is a survivor. Saturn in Aries sometimes means that people will think the end justifies the means. That's certainly something we need to contemplate. I receive a newsletter from someone who goes by Astro Butterfly. Astro Butterfly says Saturn in Aries crowns the Neptunian dream, makes what is vague, elusive, and imagined real. She refers to the fact that we live in parallel realities. The 4D reality, which is the reality of dreams and multiple options, and the 3D reality, which is what we experience in real time with our senses. Our last 14 years with Saturn in Pisces has been an incubation period. Now we are transitioning into a manifestation period. Before, we were observing, we were reflecting. After, we must act. And authenticity. You must be who you really are. The culmination comes in the solar eclipse and new moon on February the 20th, where the seed is planted. Astrology by Lauren says we are being asked to take control over our own lives and destiny. Do you want to be hopeless and helpless, or do you want to take the reins of your own life, leading it where you want it to go? Also, you need to think about Mercury. Mercury has entered the shadow period prior to becoming retrograde later in the month. And Venus, which is been obscured rises as the evening star on the night before the new moon ring of fire solar eclipse, which will occur on Tuesday morning at 7:12 a.m. This is also, coincidentally, Mardi Gras, the onset of Lent, and the Chinese New Year of the Fire Horse. New moons are frequently a time when we are supposed to set intentions, and certainly New Year's are a time that we tend to make resolutions. But Lauren cautions us to be careful what we wish for. Just as Astro Butterfly talked about the seed being planted, whatever we wish for is inevitably going to grow. Just as Donna Stellhorn cautions us, the end does not always justify the means. Considering the aspects of today, I have selected for reading today, once again, the Goddess Love Oracle by Wendy Andrew. All cards were pre-shuffled before the reading. And our oracle card for today is protection. And I think this is a beautiful card to receive. Of interest, I notice that the new moon is in the background. And the image of the bear, Mama Bear, and the image of a woman nursing a baby, the Mother Goddess. I note that the number for this card is 22. 2 being the number of February. 22 adding up to 4, which is a number of stability and celebration. Let's see what Wendy has to say about protection. Here is the text, if you would like to stop the video and read it for yourself, including, as always, some goddess-inspired daily practice. Arta, or Artio, or Artha, is the great she-bear mother goddess. Now that sounds to me also like Astarte that I was just talking about. She is fiercely protective of you, her child. Know that you are always safe under her watchful gaze. She is nurturing and gentle, but also powerful and strong. She is Ursa Major, the great she-bear in the night sky. Call on her now, or if you are in need of strength and resilience, or if you are in emotional, spiritual, or physical discomfort. If you find yourself in a dark place, reach out for her. She knows every corner of your dark cave. Although it may be fraught with fear in the darkness, she may show you the power of your own inner strength. Her deep breathing may still your bat-winged panic and fill you with a deep inner peace. When you are ready to leave the cave, feel for her warmth. She may ask you if there is anything you would like to leave behind, and then she will lead you through the winding passages and out into the light. Her love will soothe and nurture your soul. She has always been with you and stands by you today. Her love is unwavering. When you find yourself in a challenging situation, when your heart is racing with fear, when you feel you just can't cope, remember she is right behind you, warm and strong. She nurtures you and guides you. Reach for her and she will calm you, protect you, and fill you with her unconditional love. That is a beautiful card to receive today. I have also selected Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels Oracle. Let's see what we get from the Sacred Rebels Oracle today. Our card today says, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This almost looks like a woman in a snowstorm. Let's see what Alana has to say about number 26. Here is the text. These are rather long readings. I don't think I'm going to read the whole thing. But if you wish to, you may be able to read it by stopping the video. I will read some and read the healing process associated with this card. Certainly with all of the snow we've had this year, this seems like a very appropriate image. Number 26 reduces to 8, which is a number of mastery and progress. The reading says, Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. That certainly sounds like the transits that we're going through with Saturn into Aries and the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust in a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe, so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is not Alana Fairchild's words, but I would remind you that the Dalai Lama says, be optimistic. It feels better. And it does. This is reality not only of potential, but of manifestation. Remember when I spoke of us progressing from dreaming to manifestation, of the great big cosmic yes. And let's see what the healing process says. This sounds like affirmation to me. The healing process, say, I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. That is a beautiful card and a beautiful thought. And I also have oracle cards from Megan Watterson, The Divine Feminine. And our Divine Feminine card for today is Miao Shan, the Princess of Mercy. And it says, giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Let's see what Megan Watterson has to say about this card. This would appear to be a long reading as well. Here is the text. And so we will read an abbreviated version. Who she is. Miao Shan represents the incarnation and fulfillment of mercy. She was a Chinese princess who is believed to have lived during the Tang Dynasty from 618 to 907 and to have been the incarnation of the goddess Kuan Yin. She was the daughter of a king who wanted her to marry a wealthy man in order to secure more wealth and power for himself. When she refused, the king sent her to live in a monastery on a secluded island off the coast of China. When the king found out that Miao Shan had transformed the barren island into a paradise, he got so angry that he ordered the monastery to be burned to the ground. But when Miao Shan saw the monastery in flames, she pricked the tip of her tongue with a hairpin and magically summoned a storm that put out the fire. There is a lot more to this story. One of the things I note here is that she is holding a peach. The white tiger is part of the story. You can read it in the text if you like. The peach is a symbol of longevity. When your soul selects her card, the author, Sue Monk Kidd, articulates the process of empathy so clearly when she writes, "Empathy is the most mysterious transaction that the human soul can have, and it's accessible to all of us. But we have to give ourselves to the opportunity to identify, to plunge ourselves in a story where we see the world from the bottom up or through another's eyes or heart. Empathy is mercy's twin sister." And the meditation for this card is, who can I give mercy to in this moment? In these turbulent times, and as we think about the advantages and the benefits of peace and love, I would suggest that mercy is important. The intention that is suggested, giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. And now, for Tarot card, I have selected the Triple Goddess Tarot. The Triple Goddess Tarot is the work of Jamie Elford with artwork by Franco Rivoli. This is a statue, an image of the Triple Goddess, Maiden, Mother, and crone. These are all the aspects of the goddess. Let's see what our significator is from the triple goddess. Our significator today is the Four of Pentacles. And this is an interesting representation of the Four of Pentacles. Do keep in mind that Pentacles are the earth signs. The earth signs, of course, being Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. 4, as we've discussed previously, being the number of stability. And the Four of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck is frequently called the Midas card because it shows a man with a pentacle sitting on his head, clutching one to his heart and 2 under his feet, and suggests that he is hanging on to them with dear life, for dear life. This to me is interesting because this person appears to be offering a pentacle, relaxed and happy and assured of the stability of the pentacles that she has, and ready also for giving and receiving, as we have seen in the Miao Shan card. And let's see what we get for a clarifier. And the clarifier is the Seven of Cups. Excuse me. When we were speaking before about the 4D reality, which is dreams and options, where we consider everything that we might want or not want, then certainly this is an image that might come to mind. The Seven of Pentacles has also traditionally been seen to be a card where we are somewhat some of the options are obscured and not clear to us. Some of the options may appear negative, some appear quite positive, and yet we don't know until we make choices. Once again, suggest some caution with choices. And the secondary clarifier I get is the Star. You might remember that I spoke about the fact that the night before the eclipse, Monday night, Venus rises in the evening as the evening star. I certainly think this is a very evocative card for that event. And the Star. The Star is a major arcana card, which indicates significant meaning for your life. These cards are minor arcana cards, certainly very suggestive, but this one in particular, I always think about the Disney song, "When you wish upon a star." Maybe this is a time to make a wish. Maybe this is a time to make a wish for peace and love. That certainly seems like a good place to end, but what I have to say is I did look, and beyond that, what we have is another major arcana card, the Fool. And the Fool represents a leap of faith. can also represent impulsiveness and haste. It's interesting to me to see that there appear to be stars that the Fool is pointing to and the cat is playing with. It is an interesting depiction of the Fool. But certainly we are seeing this week with these astrological transits that have not happened in thousands of years, that seem to have so much portent, that this is a time for new beginnings. Consider carefully what your options are and what you want. Be generous and know that you are protected and that you can relax the hold of darkness and be at cause rather than effect. Thank you for tuning in to Nana's Tarot and Oracles today. Nana loves you and hopes you leave a question or a comment below. Select the like button, subscribe, and select all notifications. Nana will see you again soon. I do intend to post up a reading on Tuesday following the eclipse, and we'll see how we're all feeling and what that may portend. Meanwhile, please celebrate the Divine Feminine Day, Aphrodite's Day. Celebrate womanhood in peace and love.